From the Tiger TV studio, this is a special report.
I'm Lance Frank. Our topic today, devastating budget cuts. How does that affect you and your university?
They talk about we need to cut the fat in the university. These cuts are not the fat, they're the heart.
With the state facing a $3 billion budget shortfall for the next 2 years, does that leave LSU on the short end of the stick? We talked to Chancellor Michael Martin.
There's going to have to be multiple ways in which we take this on. We can't simply turn to the state and say, help us out, because I don't think the state has the means to do it.
But the state legislature does have the final say in where the money goes. State Representative Franklin Foyle weighs in. Plus, LSU instructors notified that their jobs are on the line try to save LSU.
This is about something more important than the loss of our jobs. This is about the devastation that these unnecessary budget cuts are causing to LSU and Louisiana.
And with potential faculty cuts, what does that mean for the number of classes and class sizes and students speaking out?
A massive rewrite of the Constitution is needed, and Bobby Jindal won't support it, so we need a new governor.
Most of the departments are going in the toilet.
I don't want it to affect my graduation plan.
The professors know they're going to lose their jobs. They have no reason to educate us.
What you can do to fight back. We also talked to student body president Stuart Watkins.
Students are going to be the deciding factor. We are the future of the state of Louisiana.
And Reveille reporter Xerxes Wilson on how we got here and what will happen next. But first, some answers. How did LSU get into this financial hole, and who's at fault? Experts say a perfect storm of events caused this troubling situation. Some actual storms, some political, others financial. We've broken it all down for you here. We know that higher education is in trouble now, but the problem started mainly after Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. Then, all this.
Now, the problem is that in 2008, oil prices started to decline. The national economy started to enter the recession phase. Also, in 2007, under Governor Blanco, in 2008, under Governor Jindal, they repealed some of the income tax changes that had been made in 2002. You put all those things together, suddenly you have potential deficit as opposed to the big surpluses we'd been accustomed to.
LSU instructor Tanya Nyman says the governor is to blame for rolling back taxes, putting the state in this penny-pinching position.
Our budget crisis is a result of the governor and the legislators' decision to repeal tax reforms that the people of the state voted for in 2002.
Although the state allocates about $1 billion toward higher education, it's always the first on the chopping block because it's not protected by the Constitution.
This is unacceptable. We cannot keep cutting higher education.
The last that we want to cut is either the educational project or the research project, because if that goes, the institution goes along with it.
It only takes one to set you back.
Well, is this going to be the one?
This has the potential, and we have to do everything in our power to ensure that doesn't happen. We're going to have to be more entrepreneurial, we're going to have to be more focused, and we're going to have to adjust tuition and fees.
The governor, in his preliminary budget proposal, has said higher education will not receive any more cuts. Instead, he has proposed a new program called Granting Resources and Autonomy for Diplomas, or Louisiana Grad, to raise revenue for public colleges. Under his plan, universities that meet requirements could increase tuition by 10% each year until they match the average costs of their peers. The program can bridge the gap between LSU's low tuition rates and other schools, which could possibly put LSU back on track. Louisiana Grad could be in effect as early as this fall, but the plan must first pass through the legislature. The legislature will begin on March 29th, but a few weeks ago, the Tucker Commission, at the governor's request, proposed changes to higher ed. The commission said that one way four-year colleges could save money is by letting some students take courses at community colleges. In addition, they proposed funding could be measured by graduation rates instead of enrollment. And compared to other states in the South, funding for higher education is the lowest. Louisiana funds more schools with less cash. The state pays the bills at 14 public universities and is facing a nearly 17% cut in funds compared to last year. Florida funds 11 public colleges and it is facing a 9% cut, while Tennessee, with 10 public institutions, is facing a 5% cut. And a side note here, LSU's tuition levels rank 42nd out of 50 flagship universities in the United States. We've talked about how this situation has happened. Here's where we stand now. In the past 14 months, higher ed for the entire state has seen a $250 million reduction from 3 rounds of cuts. The LSU main campus here in Baton Rouge has eaten $43 million of that, nearly 20% of the university's more than $200 million budget. The loss returns LSU to about its 05-06 budget before Hurricanes Katrina and Rita.